So you pass your ASVAB, you pass your medical examination at MEPS, and now you have a chip out day for basic training. But the question is, are you ready? Do you have what it takes? Are you ready to chip for basic training? I'm not asking if you can run a mile, if you can do some push-ups or sit-up. It means that if you are really, really ready, your whole body, your mind, your heart are prepared to the biggest changes and challenges of your entire life. It's gonna be a shocking moment for you when you get to basic training that first day, because for me, when I was when I chip out back in 2013, it was a shocking moment for me. Like I told you guys in one of my episodes, you can go back and look it up. When I joined when I was 30 years old. So it was a very, very cultural shocking for me, because I joined when I was 30 and I was competing with guys, like 17 and 18-year-old kids. So it was very tough for me. But are you ready for the challenge? Are you ready to strip away your old habits and rebuild you into something new? A soldier, a Marine, an airman, or sailor? We're going to find out if you are really, really ready. So let's start with the physical readiness, okay? When you go to basic training, the drill instructors or the drill sergeants, they don't expect you to be an athlete, they're not expecting you to run a marathon or be a bodybuilder, because remember, they are going to help you out little by little to get you where you need to be. They're not expecting you to be an athlete, okay? I need you to understand that. A lot of recruits, when they join, they're a little scared because they think for you to go to basic training, you need to be a track runner or a bodybuilder. No, you don't. You don't need to do that, okay? I joined when I was 30 years old, and I was not a bodybuilder, and I was not a track runner either. So they helped me out little by little. They will put you in different groups, and they will help you build your endurance and your stamina. But the thing is, you need to understand, you need to start prepping now, because you need to at least be able to pass the bare minimum standards to be able to continue your basic training. They're gonna test you. The first thing you're gonna do when you get to basic training is they're gonna give you a physical fitness test. They need to see where you're at. They need to see in what group they're gonna put you. Or you're gonna be A group, but they run a lot, or you're gonna be in C group, but they don't run a lot. So you need to start prepping now. Start working with your endurance. Start working with your stamina. Do a little bit of push-ups, a little bit of sit-up, pull-ups, plank. I'm sorry. Start working with your core body, your stomach, your abs, your back, and your stamina. That's the most important part. You need to start running. You need to start doing some cardio. Now, let's talk about mental readiness. This one is very important because a lot of recruits, they underestimate this part of the package when you go to basic training, because you have to be physically fit, and then you need to have mentally fit, right? So basic training is just a mental war as it is for a physical one. You're gonna go up there stressed because you don't have a good physical condition, and you also need to be mentally tough because they're gonna test you. You're gonna be tired. You're gonna think you want to quit sometimes, because it happened to me. It's normal. Everybody goes through that. You're gonna ask yourself, what am I doing here? Why I left my family behind? I'm gonna be here for the next 3 months. I know it's gonna suck, but you're gonna be fine. The most important part is you need to embrace yourself, and you need to tell yourself, I won't quit. No matter what happened, I will not quit. I will stay until the end, until this is over. Remember, this is just a training. This is just a couple of weeks. This is not gonna be the rest of your military career. It's not gonna be that way, okay? Remember, they need to convert you and strip away all those old habits and put you in a stressful situation to see if you have what it takes. You need to understand that. You need to be physically tough, and you need to be mentally tough as well. Now, let's talk about discipline and teamwork. All right, discipline and teamwork. In the civilian life, maybe you've been used to doing things your own way, right? Or like you wake up whatever time you want to wake up. You go do whatever you want to do at whatever time you want to do. In basic training, my friend, that is the end. As soon as you step off of that bus, your whole life is gonna change. Okay, now you belong to the drill instructors or the drill sergeants. You need to understand that it's not about me anymore. It's about us. It's about the team. And remember, that's designed that way. Okay, it is, the training is designed that way, is to get you off of that mentality, of selfish mentality that you only think on yourself. You need to start thinking about your whole team. Now, if you're ready to follow orders immediately, even if you don't agree, are you ready for that? Because they're gonna give you order 24/7. Sometimes you will not agree to those orders, but that's what they're gonna test you, if you have the discipline, what it takes to be a soldier, a Marine, a sailor. It doesn't matter. They're gonna test you to the limits. But now you need to remember, it's not just about discipline. It's about teamwork as well. You need to. Are you ready to encourage the boy or the girl next to you, even when you're exhausted, just as they are? Because everybody's gonna be exhausted. But that's what they're gonna test you. They're gonna test your discipline and your teamwork. Are you able to work as a team? Do you have the discipline? Do you know how to follow orders? Do you have what it takes? That part is very important. You need to understand that. That selfish game is gone as soon as you step off of that bus. They're gonna tell you what to eat, when to sleep, and when to wake up. Get ready, my friend. Now, this one, I want to say this one really shook me out a little bit when I ship out to basic training, is the emotional readiness. But there's another side to this. A lot of recruits don't think about this enough when they chip out until it really hits them. Why? Because a lot of us were not prepared to leave our family behind, our loved ones, our sons, our daughters. And in that case, when I joined, I already had a daughter, so it was very, very emotional for me, leaving my family behind. But you need to think that you're doing that for a reason. You're doing that because you want to be something greater, or something, a new version of you. So you need to understand that. So if you can accept that sacrifice now, you'll be stronger by the time you finish. So remember, basic training does not last forever. That's just a couple weeks, a couple months, and that discipline, that teamwork, that emotional readiness, that physical readiness will carry you out the rest of your military career. You need to understand that. Okay, this is just temporary. You need to put that in your mind. This is just temporary, and do not quit. I cannot stress that enough. Do not quit. Okay. Now let's talk about what ready really means. So let's put this together. Is your body conditioned enough to endure? Your mind is tough enough to push through stress? Your discipline is strong enough to follow orders even when you don't agree? Your emotions are steady enough to handle separation. Separation means family separation from your loved one. If you have those four things in check, I'm telling you, you're ready to go. You're ready to prepare to dominate the game. You are gonna be just fine. Remember, your body needs to be conditioned. Your mind is tough enough. Your discipline is tough, and your emotions are steady enough to handle separation. Okay. Now let's do a reality check. Okay. If you think you're ready, basic training is going to shock you. That's the reality. It's going to shock you because you're not used to that. Okay. And it's supposed to be that way. It's designed to be that way, to test you, to test your limits. Okay. Your emotional limits, your physical limits, everything. They're gonna test you, and you will get tired. Sometimes you will think, oh, I want to quit. I don't want to finish this. But don't do that. Okay. Just keep pushing until the end. That's just temporary. It's not permanent. You need to understand that. Okay. I know you'll get tired. I know you're not gonna get a lot of hours of sleep. I know it's gonna be that way because I went through that. But it's just temporary. It's not going to be permanent, okay? And if you already went through the hustle to pass your ASVAB, to pass your medical examination at MEPS, I think those two are the hardest part, believe me. The basic training on AIT, that's just a breeze, okay? I know you can do it. I know you can pass that, but do not quit. I cannot stress that enough, okay? So let me ask you one last time. Are you ready? not just for the push-ups, run, or sit-ups, but for the transformation to becoming a new person. Because as soon as you finish that basic training and you are in that, they call it victory week in the Army, which is the last week of basic training. When you graduate and you see your family members sitting on the bleachers waiting for you to come to them, they're gonna be so proud of you. Okay, they're gonna be so proud. So keep that in mind when you go to basic training on day one. You need to think, okay, this is just only 3 months. When I'm done, my family is gonna be so proud of me, and I'm going to make them proud. Just put that thought on your mind, and you're gonna be just fine. Okay, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a breeze. All right, but if you're not ready, I highly encourage you to start working on your physical fitness. Okay, start running a little bit, do some push-ups, do some sit-ups, do some planks, start working on your endurance, because that's all you need. They don't expect you to be a track runner or a bodybuilder. They don't expect you to be that way. Okay, they going to teach you everything you need to know, and they're gonna work with you in your physical fitness as well. Okay, they're gonna split you in different groups, and then they're gonna work with you throughout the course of the basic training, so you can get better before you graduate. That's the whole point of this. Okay, now if you think you cannot do this, you already passed the ASVAB, you already passed the medical examination. Of course you can do it. This is just a couple weeks. Okay, don't quit. Keep that in mind. Keep pushing, keep grinding, and you're gonna be just fine. Okay, so if you want more real talk about military life, training tips, career tips, let me know in the comments. Hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, because I will be uploading videos every week, so you guys can understand the military life. And that's exactly what we do here at R&R Military Career Consulting. I help recruits, service member, I help them out before they join or through their military careers. We do one-on-one consultations. Ask me your questions. Go to the link on my bio. Go to my webpage. You can see more information in there. And then just hit that subscribe, like, and share. See you on the next one.